Hi, my dear students. Today, in this video, we're going to learn Unit 1 Air Reading, Vocabulary, and Grammar. Before we get into the topic, let me tell you we have few comprehension questions in order to test your memory and in order to test your understanding of the lesson. Please go through them and answer by yourself. And if you have any doubts regarding the given questions, please try to refer the study material. And these questions are purely to test your understanding of the lesson. Now, let us get into the topic. Firstly, let us look at the vocabulary given in this particular unit. If you open your textbook to page number 8, please everyone take out your textbook and open it to page number 8. On page number 8, you see that look at the list of adjectives given below in the box. Which of them describes Nick Vujicic? Tick them. So they're asking us to select those adjectives which actually suits Nick character well. So let us choose the adjectives and let us try to understand these adjectives and then select these adjectives which suits to Nick's character. Firstly, we have positive. Positive means one who is hopeful and confident. Yes, Nick is hopeful and confident. Let us put a tick mark in the given box. Next one, negative. And negative is actually opposite of positive. And we can describe negative as harmful, unpleasant, or not wanted. So no, Nick is not a person of negativity. He is full of positivity. Let's put a cross mark in the box given there. Thirdly, we see there optimistic. Optimistic means a person who believes that good things will happen in the future. Yeah, Nick is a very optimistic person. He's always hopeful of having a brighter future. He's always hopeful of good things happening in life. Yeah, he is optimistic. Let's put a tick mark. Pessimistic. Pessimistic is opposite of optimistic, who believes that bad things will happen in future. So he's not a pessimist. Let's put a cross mark in the box given. Nextly, we see generous. Generous means one who is willing to give money, spend time, etc. in order to help people or give them pleasure. Nick is a very generous man. Nick always want to give his time to others. Nick always want to give pleasure to others, give hope to others. Nick is a very generous man. Let's put a tick mark in the given box. Nervous. Nervous means the one who is worried or frightened about something. Nick is a very confident man. He's not a nervous man. So let us put a cross mark in the given box. Obviously, opposite of nervous is confident. Next one, confident. Sure that something will happen in the way that you want or expect. Yes, Nick is a very confident man. So let us put a tick mark in the given box there. Smart. Yeah, Nick is smart. He is fashionable. He's clever. He's intelligent. Let's put a tick mark in the given box. Sociable. Sociable means the one who is friendly and enjoy being with other people. Nick is a very sociable man. He always wanted to be with people, talk to them, know them, and to give hope to them. So let us put a tick mark in the box given there. Next one is cowardly, not at all brave. No, Nick is very courageous. So let's put a cross mark. Next one is courageous, brave. Yeah, Nick is brave, courageous. Let's put a tick mark. Reliable, dependable, or trustworthy. Nick is a trustworthy man, reliable man. So let's put a tick mark in the given box. Independent. Yes, Nick is an independent man. Is Nick dependent? No, he is not a dependent man. So let us put a cross mark in the given box. Obedient? Yes, he is obedient, always doing what one is told to do. Yeah, Nick is a very obedient man. So let us put a tick mark in the box given there. Trusting, willing to believe that other people are good and honest. Yeah, Nick always believed that other people are good and honest, and he always wanted to see good in the people. So yes, let's put a tick mark in this given box. Valiant, very brave in difficult situation. A warrior, we can say it in other words. Yes, Nick is valiant. Let us put a tick mark in the given box. Self-centered, selfish, no. We can describe this word as paying so much attention to oneself that one doesn't notice what is happening. He is not a self-centered, selfish man. We can put a cross mark in the given box. Arrogant, is he arrogant, behaving in an unpleasant or rude way? No, he's a very humble man. So we can put a cross mark in the given box over there. Sarcastic, let us understand this word sarcastic, saying things that are the opposite of what one means in order to make an unkind joke. Now, Nick is not a sarcastic man. So let us put a cross mark in the given box over there. Next one, quarrelsome. One who quarrels a lot with people. No, Nick is not a quarrelsome man. We can put a cross mark in the given box over there. Next one is rude, not polite and annoys others. No, Nick is a very polite man. He is not a rude man. So let us put a cross mark in the box given there. Creative, good at using imagination to make things. Nick is a very creative man. As we read the text, we know how creative he is. He tried to freak out a girl at traffic lights. That shows that he is a very creative man. Next one is stubborn. Stubborn means determined not to change one's mind when people think one is being unreasonable. So Nick is not a stubborn man. So let us put a cross mark in the given box over there. Lazy, not making any effort to do anything. Nick is a very creative, imaginative, lively, cheerful, active man. So he's not at all a lazy man. So we can put a cross mark in the box given there. Pompous, trying to seem magnificent or very important. Fond of display, acting too proudly, self-important, the one who trying to show off, we call them as pompous. No, Nick is not a pompous man. We can put a cross mark in the box given there. Next one, we see there, level-headed. Level-headed means sensible in making judgments or sensible in understanding. So, yeah, Nick is a level-headed man. So, we can put a tick mark in the box given there. Let us move on to the next topic that is given over here. In the text on page number 9, we can see that pick out from the text the examples that support these attributes. And now, as we have selected the attributes or the adjectives which suits to Nick's character, now we need to give them a proof, or we need to give them an example to support why Nick is positive, why Nick is optimistic, why Nick is generous, why you say Nick is confident. Now, there are 10 columns given in our textbook. So choose any 10 of them, from the adjectives which we selected that suits for the Nick's character, and give an example from the text in order to prove your point. First one is done for us on page number 9, if you see there. Positive, the first character or adjective that we selected that suits for Nick's character is positive. And in order to prove this point, they have given as an example from the text, in spite of his disability, he has become great. So this particular sentence shows that Nick is positive. Secondly, we have chosen optimistic. In order to prove this, the example from the text is, he always thinks, if I fail, I try again and again and again. If I can encourage just one person, then my job is done. And this particular lines from our text shows that he is optimistic. And nextly, we have selected the adjective generous. In order to prove that he is generous, we can take from the text, example from the text, he spends most of his time delivering motivational speeches all over the world. So he is willing to give to others. He is willing to share with others. This shows that he is a generous man. Nextly, we have chosen confident. So in order to prove that Nick is confident, let us give an example from our text. Though he has no limbs, he gains faith and hope and tries to give them to others. This shows that Nick is a very confident man. Next, moving on to the next adjective that we have selected, smart. We have told that Nick is smart, clever, intelligent, fashionable. In order to prove this, we can see from the text he appears to be smart and shows his cleverness in learning things. We can see in the text that it showed us that he is very clever at doing things. So And then next one is sociable. What we have selected is sociable. In order to prove this, example from the text is he enjoys being with others by delivering speeches, playing football, golf, surfing, etc. This example from the text proves that he is sociable. As we have done 6 of them, next 6 of them I'm leaving it for you. Please choose any other 5 positive adjectives that we have chosen which suits for the nick, and please give an example from the text in order to prove the given adjective. Now let us go into the second section that is given under the vocabulary. Let us open our books to page number 8. On page number 8, you can see over there, given below are words that describe the positive or negative attitude of a person. Discuss them with your partner and put a tick against the positive qualities and a cross against the negative qualities. So let us go through each quality that is given over here, and let us put a tick mark against a positive quality, and let us put a cross mark against the negative quality. So let us start. Let us first see the adjective given over here. The first one is sullen, and the meaning of sullen is angry and silent. And my dear students, you tell me, being sullen is a positive quality or a negative quality? Of course, it's a negative quality. Let's put a cross mark against this quality. Second one is sneaky, and meaning of sneaky is doing things in a secret and dishonest way. So doing things in a secret and dishonest way, it is a very bad way. So it is a negative quality. Put a cross mark in the box given there. Third one is exuberant. You see there, exuberant means happy and full of energy and excitement. Yeah, it is a positive quality. Let us put a tick mark there. Next one, fourth one is bossy. Bossy means the one who tries to dominate others. It is a negative quality to possess. So let us put a cross mark over there. Cautious. Cautious means careful to avoid danger or risk. Yeah, being cautious is always good. So it is a positive quality. Let us put a tick mark in the box given there. Next one is aggressive. Behaving in an angry, threatening way. It is always a negative quality. Let us put a cross mark against this quality. Next one is competitive. Competitive means determined or trying very hard to be more successful than other people. It is always good to be competent and best at what we are doing. So let us put a tick mark in the box given against competitive. Next one is finicky. Finicky means too concerned with unimportant details and small things that you like or dislike. Means giving too much importance to unimportant details. So this is obviously a bad quality to possess. So it is a negative quality. Let's put a cross mark in the box given there. Next one is imaginative. Good at thinking of new and interesting ideas. It is always good to be imaginative. And synonym of this imaginative could be creative. So it is always a positive trait to possess. So let's put a tick mark in the box given there. Next one is observant. Good or quick at noticing things. Keen. So it is always a positive quality to possess. And we all need to be very observant in the class when the lesson is taught. So let us put a tick mark in the box given there. Next one is enthusiastic, showing a lot of interest and excitement about something. It is always good to be excited about learning. So it is a positive quality to possess. Let's put a tick mark over there in the box given against it. Next one is outgoing. Outgoing means someone who is outgoing, likes to meet and talk to new people. Outgoing means the person who loves to meet and talk to new people. It is always good to meet new people, mingle with them, talk with them, be friendly with them. So it is a positive quality to possess. Let's put a tick mark in the box given there. Next one is haughty. Haughty means behaving in a proud, unfriendly way. It is always bad to be proud, arrogant, rude. These are the synonyms of haughty. It's a negative quality. So let's put a cross mark in the box given there. Next one is intrepid. Intrepid means willing to do dangerous things, fearless, brave, and the synonym of in the synonym of intrepid could be courageous. So it's always good to be courageous and intrepid. So let's put a tick mark in the box given there. Next one, malicious. Malicious means very unkind and cruel and is trying to do harm to others. So the person who want to harm others, trying and being unkind, cruel, it's always a negative quality. So let's put a cross mark against the box given there. Meticulous. Meticulous means very careful about small details and always make sure that everything is done correctly. We always need to be meticulous no matter what we do or where we are. So meticulous is always a good quality that we could possess. So let's put a tick mark in the given box there. Next one is slovenly. Slovenly means lazy, untidy, and careless. So it is a negative quality. Let's put a cross mark in the box given against it. Next one is obnoxious. And obnoxious and malicious are somewhat similar. Obnoxious means very offensive, unpleasant, or rude. So a negative quality. Let's put a cross mark against the box given there. Next one is stingy. Stingy means opposite of generous, not generous, especially with money. The one who is not willing to share his wealth with the needy, we call them as stingy. It is a negative quality. Let us all be generous. Let us all look for the needs of the people around us and let us help them. So a negative quality. So let's put a cross mark against the box given there. Next one is idealistic. Idealistic means believing that one should live according to high standards and principles even when they are very difficult to achieve. We all need to have a standard of living. We need to have a high standard principles in our lives to follow. It's always good to be idealistic. It's a positive quality to possess. Let's put a tick mark against the box given there. Next one is affable. Affable means friendly and easy to talk to. So it is a positive quality. Let's put a tick mark against the box given there. Next one is logical. Logical means reasonable and sensible. It is good to be reasonable and sensible. It is a positive quality. Let's put a tick mark over there in the box given. Next one is mean. Mean means cruel. It's a negative quality. Let's cross out in the box given there. Next one is cultured. Cultured means intelligent, polite, and interested in art, literature, music, etc. We are all cultured, I hope. So let us put a tick mark in the box given there. Let us all be cultured, polite, and intelligent. I hope you could able to understand the meaning of each and every adjective that is given under this section. These adjectives are not only helpful just to put a tick mark and a cross mark in the box given there, but these adjectives are very helpful when we write a biographical sketch, when we write a description writing. These adjectives really help us to describe the person, to add qualities to the person whom we are writing about. So please remember these adjectives, by heart them, know their meaning well, and keep them in mind, because these adjectives really add more beauty to the creative writing of yours. Let us move on to the third session that is given under the vocabulary, that is, tick the word or expression which is nearest in meaning to the word underlined in each sentence given below. So we have few words underlined in each of the sentence. So let us try to find the word given in the option which is nearest to the word, or which is nearest to the expression that is underlined over there in the question. First one, water sports are Nick's only thing. He always plays golf with a club tucked under his chin, and tucked is the underlined part, and the nearest word or expression given in the options is kept. Kept is the nearest word or expression to the word tucked. So first one answer is A. Second one, His distraught mother couldn't bring herself to hold him until he was 4 months old. So we can see over here, distraught is the underlined word over here in this particular sentence, and the word which is nearest to distraught is anxious. Anxious is the answer. Second one answer is D. Third one, despite the risk of bullying, his parents insisted on Nick's attending mainstream school. And the underlined word over here is bullying. Bullying is the underlined word. And the nearest word in meaning to bullying is humiliation. Third one answer is B. Humiliation. Fourth one, Nick, who was teased and bullied, had an electric wheelchair for mobility and a team of carers to help him. And the word that is underlined over here is mobility, which means movement. So, fourth one answer is B in the given options over there. And next one, fifth one is Nick managed to pull through to become an international symbol of triumph over adversity. And the word that is underlined in the fifth sentence is adversity. And the word that is nearest to the meaning in the given options is difficulties. Adversity means difficulty. Sixth one is the challenges in our lives are there to strengthen our convictions. And the underlined word in the sixth sentence is convictions. Convictions means beliefs. Sixth one answer is C. Hope you all have marked your answers. Now let's move on to the fourth session. And fourth session, they're asking us to read the following descriptions about persons and fill in the blanks with the words that match with these descriptions. So let us read the descriptions and let us fill the blank with an adjective that fits the description. First one, and a help box is given for us in order to choose a word to fit in the description. First one is Ashok is a very unpleasant and rude fellow. I don't talk to him. He is boorish. A person who is very unpleasant and rude, we call them boorish. First one answer is boorish. Second one, Srinu is very confident, elegant, and polite, but sometimes he does not appear to be sincere. He is, what do we call a person who is very confident, elegant, and polite? We call them as suave. S-U-A-V-E. It is not suave, it is suave. A person who is very confident, elegant, and polite, we call them as suave. Third one, Sujata is quiet and calm. She doesn't like to spend time with others. She is interested in her thoughts and feelings. So she is an introvert. A person who is calm and quiet, who doesn't like to spend time with others, we call such person as an introvert. Next one, fourth one. Ramesh is very sensitive. He always shows sympathy for people who are suffering. He is compassionate. A person who is sensitive and who is sympathetic for the people who are suffering, we call them as compassionate. Fifth one. My neighbor is such a person that he has a feeling of hatred for others. He desires to hurt others' feelings. He is malicious. A person who the one who hates others, the one who desires to hurt others, we call them as malicious. Next one, sixth one. My father pays careful attention to every detail. He makes thorough planning for everything in our home. He is meticulous, a person who pays attention to every detail, and the one who makes a thorough planning for everything, we call them as meticulous. Seventh one. Prem is an extremely unpleasant person. He always tries to offend people. He is obnoxious, a person who is extremely unpleasant and tries to offend others, we call them as obnoxious. Next one. My mother is very calm and peaceful. She doesn't get excited or irritated easily. She is placid. A person who is very calm and peaceful, we call them as placid. Ninth one, Rahul is a very lively and confident person. He enjoys being with his people. He is an extrovert, a person who is lively, confident, and who enjoys being with his friends and others. We call them as extrovert. And opposite of extrovert is introvert, the one who doesn't like to spend time with others, the one who is very calm and quiet. We call them as introvert, and opposite of introvert is extrovert. Tenth one, Sridhar is always afraid of speaking in the class. He is timid, a person who is afraid of speaking in front of people. We call them as timid. Hope you understood these adjectives as well. Hope you could able to describe, or hope you could able to ascribe these adjectives to a person who fits into these qualities. So please remember these adjectives, and these would be very helpful for you in the future, and also as well as to answer the questions that would be asked in the examinations. Let us learn about our grammar topic. Please open your textbooks to page number 11. Our grammar topic is defining a non-defining relative clause. Before we look at defining a non-defining relative clause, first let us understand what a relative clause is. Relative clause is also called as adjective clause. We already learned this in our 9th class. Please recall what we have learned in our class. Relative clause is also called as adjective clause. By understanding these words individually, we will able to understand what a relative clause is. By the word adjective, we know that it is a word that describes noun or pronoun. And by knowing the definition of clause, clause is a part of sentence. It is not a sentence, it is a part of sentence that has its own subject and predicate. Now, let us put these words together. Relative clause. It is nothing but a clause which plays the role of an adjective describing the noun or pronoun in the given sentence. We call it as a relative clause or adjective clause. A relative clause is always joined to given noun or pronoun by the help of a relative pronoun. So that is the reason why it is called as a relative clause. Now let us look at some of the relative pronouns. As you can see in the given picture, the relative pronouns are who, whom, which, why, when, where, whose, that. You can see there who is relates to people when our noun or when our subject is a noun or a person, we use who. When what we are describing is in the object case, the people or a person who is in the object case, we use whom. For animals and objects, when we describe them, we use which. When we are describing a reason, we use why. When we are referring to time, we use when. When we refer to a place, we use where. When we describe or refer to a possession, we use whose. When we refer to people, animal, and things, we use that as well. So these are some of the relative pronouns, and also an example is given for each of the relative pronoun, how it is used to describe the noun or pronoun preceding to it. You may go through the list and it would be clear for you. Now let us get back to our textbook to page 11. On page 11, we see that our actual topic is defining and non-defining relative clause. Now we understood what a relative clause is. Now let us look at what is a defining relative clause and non-defining relative clause. If you look at our textbook on page 11, you see that there are two examples given over there. First one, the woman who taught him surfing had been bitten by a shark. And the second sentence, Nick, who was teased and bullied, had an electric wheelchair for mobility. The explanation down there. What difference do you notice between sentence 1 and 2? In sentence 1, the relative clause defines the women. See, in the sentence 1, the women is our subject which we are describing. It is describing the women by using the relative pronoun who. Because the women is a person, we use who as a relative pronoun. It is a defining relative clause. Why? Because a defining relative clause gives essential information. In sentence 2, if you see, the relative clause adds extra information about Nick. This is a non-defining relative clause. So, with this, I hope you understood. A defining relative clause gives essential information, whereas a non-defining relative clause adds information. And if you see there, a non-defining relative clause is preceded and followed by a comma or a hyphen. Always a non-defining relative clause always have commas or hyphens after the noun because they add information. So it is not necessary to place a comma or a hyphen in defining relative clause. Now, our first section under grammar is they're asking us read the text again and identify some more defining and non-defining relative clauses. So they're asking us to pick some defining and non-defining clauses that are there in our text. Here are two examples of defining and non-defining relative clauses from our textbook. Please pick up any 5 of them, and 2 are already done for you. Now, let us move on to the second section. Read the following sentence and circle the non-defining relative clause and put a comma, a hyphen wherever necessary. So they're asking us to circle non-defining relative clause. Let us look at the first one. The meeting which was held in the town hall was a great success. If you see, the meeting is something which we are describing in this particular sentence, and which is the relative pronoun that is used to describe the meeting. The meeting which was held in the town hall was a great success. It is a defining relative clause. Why? Because it is giving essential information regarding the noun, the meeting. And moving on to the second one, the people who live in glass houses must not throw stones. And over here, we are talking about the people, and who is a relative pronoun. Who lives in glass houses is a defining relative clause because it is giving essential information about the people. Third one, the teacher who have taught Abhiram says that he is an exceptionally creative student. And over here, the teachers, we are describing about the teachers, and we used a relative person because as the teachers is a group of people. So we used who as a relative pronoun, and over here it is a defining relative clause because it is giving essential information about the teachers. And fourth one, Napoleon, who won the French honor, died at Saint Helena. So over here, please circle who won the French honor. That means it is a non-defining relative clause. If you see here, Napoleon is our noun and we are describing Napoleon. And if you see over here, it is adding information about Napoleon. It is not just giving essential information. Who won the French honor? And nextly, we are adding some more information to it. Died at Saint Helena. So it is a non-defining relative clause. Please circle who won the French honor. Fifth one, the silk sarees which are made in Benares are popular all over the world. We are describing the silk sarees, which is a thing. So we use which as a relative pronoun. Which are made in Benares is a defining relative clause giving essential information about the silk sarees. Complete the sentences with defining or non-defining relative clause. Over here, 10 sentences are given, and in each of the sentence there is a noun or pronoun that we supposed to describe. First one, this is the peaceful place, and there is a dash over there, and they are expecting us to describe peaceful place. So for a peaceful place, we use a relative pronoun that. So your answer could be, this is the peaceful place that is liked by every naturalist. And it is not necessary that you copy the same answer. You may use the same relative pronoun that, and you may add your own clause. Please think and add your own clause. Second one, the Mahaprasthanam is a popular book. Now, the dash is given after the popular book. Now we have to describe popular book. So, popular book is a thing, so we use relative pronoun which. So, our answer could be, the Mahaprasthanam is a popular book which I have bought in Rajahmundry. So, if you see over here, we are describing a popular book. So, that is the reason why we use it which, the relative pronoun. Next one, Suresh dash has left the school just now. And if you see over here, we are going to describe the person Suresh. So, for a person, we use a relative pronoun who. So, here goes the answer. Suresh, who is my cousin, has left the school just now. So, you may add a clause of your own. It is not necessary that you copy mine. Please think and write a very creative answer. Fourth one, is this the street? If you see there, the dash is given after the street. That means we are describing the street. So the street is a place, so we use the relative pronoun where. So here goes my answer. Is this the street where meat is sold? So I'm describing the street where meat is sold and use a relative pronoun where. And next one, fifth one, the express dash has just arrived. So they're expecting us to describe the express. So the express is a thing, so we use a relative pronoun which. So here goes my answer. The express which runs between Delhi and Chennai has just arrived. So by using the relative pronoun which, you may have your own relative clause added to the express. So as first five are done for you, please think and answer next five. If you see there, let me give you few hints and I will leave with that. Sixth one, the place. The place means we are talking about a place, so use a relative pronoun accordingly. This is a famous engineering college. In this particular sentence, we are going to describe famous engineering college. So use a relative pronoun accordingly. And next one, eighth one, my sister. So we're going to describe a person here. So use a relative pronoun which we use to describe a person. 10th one, Vishwanath is one of the outstanding directors in Telugu film industry. And over here, the space is given after Telugu film industry. So we are supposed to describe Telugu film industry. So add a clause, use a relative pronoun accordingly to describe Telugu film industry. I hope it is clear for you, but from the examination point of view, the questions may not come as this. They won't ask us to fill in the blank with defining or non-defining relative clause, or to identify whether it is a defining or non-defining relative clause. In our examination, they usually give two sentences and they ask us to combine the sentences by using the given relative pronoun. And we will discuss this when we discuss about our grammar topics in our study material. Till then, keep practicing and happy learning.